Hello, my friends. It has been a while. I will explain all in a minute. But for now, I'm doing this together walk today at 1:30 p.m. on a Sunday. So there's going to be a lot of excess noise, I think. I'm going to try and keep this loop as quiet as possible, but still there's going to be a lot going on. But let's start as we always do by grounding ourselves with some element of nature. I am going to touch a limb of my tree up front. Actually, you know what? I'm going to touch a native flower that is just full right now. Not this particular flower, of pollinators that love it. All right, you ready? You're going to run. I'm going to walk, or you can walk with me. Ready? In 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Although I haven't got a watch on, so 1 minute. So I'm going to make this a 30-minute walk. Just want to do something. I did run this morning. I did a 4-mile run. And I'll explain what's going on with me very soon. But I do want to keep some of the meditative elements that we usually have on these runs. And so we are going to pretty quickly get into our body scan. I still want to do this. We did the we did the nature check-in. We're going to do the body scan, senses check-in, and then our mental health check-in. So I'm going to begin the body scan. This is weird because you normally know by where I'm running when to start each thing. And right now I'm still on my street, and so it feels funny because in my head I'm normally I'm way around the corner onto the next street by now. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to begin by doing these elements to ground ourselves. If you are walking with me, I'd love it. And maybe I should put a note on the show notes for this. This is ideal for middle of the day. You need to get outside. I just saw an Instagram reel. I shared it on my stories recently that it's really powerful to both make you alert and also relax you to look at limbs and branches of trees. And I find that 100% is true. So before we begin our body scan, I just want, if you have any trees around, particularly if they're big enough to provide shade, just look up. I'm looking at one right now as I'm going under it. All those limbs, if you think about this tree you're looking at, started as a single seed. Isn't that amazing? And now look at it. It's got depends on obviously what you're looking at, but it's just, I will never tire of thinking about just how incredible it is what can grow from a seed. That beautiful, beautiful thing. So maybe this is your lunchtime thing. Maybe this is an afternoon de-stress thing. Maybe I should start incorporating some together walks in myself, even if they're short ones, even if they're 10 minutes. Maybe I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is that something you would appreciate, to help remind you to get outside? Even if we did a 10-minute outside time together once a week. If you do like the idea of that, please let me know. So share this on social, send me a message, send me an email, contact me somehow. I really would love to know. And I think for me, that sounds like a good thing to do as just a reset. And then if I had a commitment to you, then maybe I would do it a bit more. And then obviously you can do it as many times as you like. All right. And maybe we could do it in different places too, as I'm traveling, which I am quite a bit right now. Okay. So body scan. I am actually in the spot I normally am. We're just behind on the time. So I'm going to go the other way, actually. I'm going to get away from my usual loop. Okay, so body scan. What I want you to do is take a nice deep breath. As deep as you can for running if you are. Or if you're walking, however you feel. And what we're going to do is we're going to scan down from the top of our heads down to our toes. Just going to check in with everything, see how we're feeling. Just want you to be aware, be in those areas, just paying attention as best you can, and just see how you go. Ready? This is so much easier walking than it is running. Starting at the top of your head, working your way down as you check in immediately with your eyes, making sure they're not scrunched, not holding any tension, just nice and relaxed. As you check round with the back of your head, coming round to the front through your nose and your mouth. Again, checking with your jaw that nothing is tight or tense or holding tension, clenching there. If it is, just relax it. As you work your way down to the front of your neck and the back of your neck, continuing on down into your shoulders. As you check in with your upper arms, you go around the elbow and into the forearms, continuing on down into your wrist and hand. As you check in with your fingers, it's just, oh my god, sorry. Oh, they just cut down a giant tree. Oh my god, that's such a big tree. Oh my god, that tree. Sorry, friends. Oh god. That tree is at least 50 years old. And it's huge. Yet another one that provided shelter, shade. Oh, God. Sorry. Right, let me get myself recentered. Maybe it was dead. Doesn't look very dead. The cut up stumps look perfectly healthy to me, but I don't know what's going on there. Alright. Okay, I'm going to take some deep breaths. And sorry if I set your nervous system off, so I'm going to encourage you to do the same. Right, I'm going to have us start again. Starting at the top of your head, working your way down. Checking in with your eyes, making sure they're not scrunched, nice and relaxed, not holding any tension. Continuing on down through your nose and into your mouth, checking in with your jaw, making sure your jaw isn't holding on to any tension of seeing trees cut down. As you continue on down, it's kind of funny, but it's kind of not. Continuing down into your shoulders, your upper arms, going around the elbow and into your forearms. As you check in with your wrists and hand, checking in with your fingers. As you come back to the main part of your body, going through your chest, down into your stomach, continuing on down through your lower back. As you keep going into your hips and pelvis, going all the way around as you go into your hamstrings and quad. Continue on down with the front of your knee, back of your knee, going down into the calf and shin. As you continue on down with the inner ankle and the outer ankle. Keep on going down into your heel and arch, checking in with the top of your foot, and then finally your toes. How's your body feeling? Okay. I know I don't need to apologize, but you can probably even tell in my tone, I just feel a bit like, almost like shaken up / just disappointed. Like, it just happens almost daily. And it just, as you saw there, breaks my heart, because I am all for and understand that they need to be cut down if they are dead, dying, infested, affecting other people. But the amount I see these big, beautiful, shade-providing, cooling, oxygen-giving beings, just people deciding they're just not worthy of anything, is really hard. That their life doesn't matter. And that's a hard one to take. That one provided us shade on the way home. When I walk home with my girls, when it's hot, we look for the trees with shade. We know that we'll get a few seconds of cool, and especially as the temperature continues to rise, and will continue to rise, what we all say is a hot summer, a hot spell, is going to become normal. Yeah, that hurts. Okay, let's do our senses check-in. Let's reground ourselves with nature. This morning, actually, when I was running with Lane at 5 a.m., there were some owls hooting. And it was I just love that. It just makes me feel so filled up. So I'm going to counter what I just saw with that, because that was an amazing thing to see. Okay, all right. So, what is it you smell? Take a nice deep breath if you need to, or just take it in. What do you smell? What do you taste? Me, I taste orange juice. Even though I had it a while ago, I still can taste it. Next, we're going to go on to what we hear. And that means you're just going to be present inside your awareness of your ears. Just seeing what comes up, where your attention is being drawn. And I'm going to give you about 45 seconds to do that. So why don't you go ahead and do that now. A few more seconds. Okay, what was it you heard? For me, I heard sprinklers, I heard bugs, I heard birds, I heard cars, people talking. I can hear someone throwing something, and I can hear the wind blowing past my ears. Next, we're going to just be present in our bodies, our sense of touch, tactile, how you are interacting or experiencing the world. Let's go ahead and take 45 seconds or so to just say, what do you feel? A few more seconds. Okay. What is it you were feeling on your body? Where was your attention being drawn? Was it jumping from place to place? Or was it in one place that seemed to be grabbing your attention? For me, mostly feel just a bit warmer than I thought, just like a general warm body. I feel my underarms feel a little bit like not smooth, like they might chafe, which is weird because I'm walking. I feel the waistband of my pants. I don't normally wear them this high, but I took off my shirt at the last second, so I'm wearing tights with a sports bra. And I feel my phone in my hand. I feel the warm breeze on my fingers. Okay, and our final piece of our senses check-in. Vision, sight. I want you to follow your awareness wherever it goes, wherever your eyes are drawn. But I want you to do one thing, and that is make sure at some point you pay attention to some details that you haven't noticed before. Really take it in as if it's the last time you were ever going to see that thing. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, I'm going to start with mine because I'm watching this beautiful butterfly. It's huge, and I can see the details of its wings on the outside and the inside. It's a monarch, but it is like a really big one, very, very intricate. And at the same place, I can see a bumblebee they're just doing their thing, keeping our world going. What did you see? Oh, I see 4 beautiful, brilliant oak trees above my head right now. God, they're so big. And 5. Yes, whoever this person is, I like them. And I want to tell them thank you for keeping these beautiful trees. Okay, friends. I'm going to turn around and go back the other way where there's shade on that street before. Alright, so we've done the senses, body scan, nature. You've heard me freak out. I do think part of that, though, was because I was just talking about trees, you know? And then literally a minute later, I see that. But anyway, okay. Mental health check-in. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to take a few minutes and answer it. How are you? Really? few more seconds. If you've gotten yourself distracted, keep digging. How are you? Okay. Thank you, friends, for taking the time to do that. If you need more time, pause the recording and give yourself more time to work through it. Alright, we have about 10 minutes left, 11 minutes left. So I'm going to go on to tell you now. How am I really? Well, you've heard some of it, right? But beyond that, let's dig a layer deeper. How am I? I am good. I am. That was, a little bit traumatic just then. But overall, I do feel okay. I feel good. Things have been going very well generally. Book sales, becoming a sustainable runner. I mean, it's been out since I last recorded one. This is the first time I'm saying it's out in the world. It's doing well. Those of you who have supported, thank you so much. That means the world. And if you have purchased a copy and you could leave a review and you haven't done that already, that would be incredible. Thank you for that. And so that's been doing well. I've been traveling for the work. I feel like I've been doing a good mix of being at home for the girls, especially because Bailey just started kindergarten. Being with Steve, we've been doing really good, getting date lunches every Tuesday. It's been really nice for us to have that time to ourselves. Work stuff is really coming together. And so the only missing piece is the piece of why these haven't been happening, which is my running. And as you know, I've been battling kind of heel issues for a while. And after Leadville, it just got to the point of where it became clear that I was headed in the wrong direction, and I do not want to be a 60-year-old woman who is hobbling and limping from running through injuries. And so I just decided I needed to step back and listen to the experts. So my amazing chiropractor and sports rehab guy, Brennan Donahue, here in St. Louis. I've been working with him all along, but him combined with Tom Michaud, who you may remember from an earlier podcast episode, who's like a genius in lower leg injuries. I spoke to him. He told me to take 10 days off. I did 3 runs, including the Trucksmith run in Boston, which was amazing. Sorry, this is going into updates, isn't it? But the third run, I was feeling my Achilles, and I just freaked out. I was like, I need more time off. I'm panicked. And then Tom called me 2 days later and was like, you need to keep running, but let's just cut back. So I've done 4 miles every other day. Gonna start increasing a little bit more, still every other day. And so the running piece has been not great, but actually, I don't really mind. And I kind of feel like, not I deserve something to go wrong, but like all the other pieces of my life are very good. My parents are coming to visit me soon. So it feels like you can't have it all, And I knew in the weeks leading up to the book coming out that I was walking a thin line. And I knew that my body something was going to give. And if it was my running, that makes sense. But also it's okay. I'm actually okay with it. So I'm probably not running javelina, which is a shame. My goal now is to be able to, I haven't officially pulled out yet. I'm going to see how the next few weeks go. But my goal is to be fit enough to run 1 lap with Ryan Montgomery. He's doing the 100 mile. I'm probably trying to win it. And my goal is to be able to pace Ryan for 1 lap, which we've already talked about. And Ryan would like to have me do that. So that's something to focus on. But generally, I do feel good. I feel content. And I feel proud of what Zoe and I have done. We've had some amazing feedback, people saying words like devoured. They devoured the book, that they really resonated. Brad Stuhlberg, who's someone I really admire, his writing, he said the most amazing thing about it. You can see it on my Instagram. And so I do feel good. Like, I feel like we did something that can make change in our world. And also we did the best that we could. Is the book perfect? No. But it's not supposed to be. And I feel like in many ways that gives you the freedom to let yourself off the hook a bit, you know? Because if you feel like you have to be perfect at everything, you're never going to get anywhere. And I see it so often with people who really want to commit to something and they start shooting for 100 or perfection or and you can just see ahead of time, even if they get it just right, they do it all just right to start with, pretty soon they don't get quite perfect, and then it's like, well, why bother at all? So, sorry, I just got distracted. This sycamore is ginormous and incredible and beautiful, and has the width of it is probably like 3 of my arm spans. Beautiful. So that's a benefit of walking. This is like half a mile from my house, and I've never noticed that before. That feels good. Okay, I'd love to hear your updates, and I want you to do that. So go ahead now and give me, what have you been up to since we last ran together or walked together? It's been at least a few weeks, so go ahead. What have you been up to? If you got distracted, gently bring yourself back. We're thinking through all that's going on in your world. How's that contributing to how you're feeling right now? In both body and mind. A few more seconds. Okay, thank you for sharing that with me, for taking the time to do that, for reflecting on yourself, and I hope that's given you some space to think about that there are things affecting you, and that might be why you've been feeling a certain way or struggling with something. I hope that gave you that stop to think about that. Okay, updates on my end. I gave you some of them. Insertional Achilles tendinopathy, whatever the latest term is. Been doing a lot of book stuff, have upcoming book stuff. If you live in New York City, I am coming to you this weekend, have an event on the 18th. What's next? So New York, Chicago, if you're running the marathon, Toronto, if you're running Toronto Waterfront, I will be going to Javelina, as I mentioned, so that will be something in Phoenix, Arizona, New York City Marathon, and then Chicago, and then California International Marathon. If you are going to any of those places, please go sign up for my newsletter at runningforreal.com. I will give you all the information. I would love to meet you there. Have a hug if you're up for it. If you want a copy of the book, you can get one at each of those venues. I'll be bringing them. And many of them actually are doing free giveaways. The Tracksmith event, Tracksmith actually bought a copy for everyone who went. And so you never know. Let me just say there will be freebies. And I know those of you who are AG1 subscribers because of me, you have got a copy in the mail or if you haven't got it yet, it's on the way. I spoiled the surprise. So yeah, brands are being very, very generous with it, and I'm excited to see it getting into the hands of people. Again, if you can leave a review or get yourself a copy, becomingaSustainableRunner.com to go get it. If you can leave a review on Amazon, that's a massive help. Sustainability consulting is really, as with all these book events, really looking like it's going to be my future, which feels amazing. I think I'd updated last time I did one of these about San Diego getting the bid, which was very, very exciting. And yeah, so things are going well. Running For Real.com, signing up for the newsletter is the best way to stay in touch. Please, as we're coming up now to the end time, please let me know if you are interested in me doing, like I said, 10-minute, get outside sessions, maybe once a week. I'd love to hear. Otherwise, friends, I will be back for a Together Run next Monday, hopefully one from New York, but might just be a St. Louis one. I appreciate you. I've missed talking to you. I've missed connecting with you. I'd love to hear that you joined me today. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Have an amazing week. And I'll see you on Wednesday for a For Real-isode, on Friday for a regular episode. Remember to find some way to connect into nature as we say goodbye. I'm going to wait a few more seconds till I can get to some leaves. I don't really want to touch grass. It's not really the way I want to ground myself. So I'm going to touch this leaf. Beautiful leaves. Starting to fall here. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.